Chapter 1. Evolution of computers. In early days, humans used fingers, sticks, and stones for calculating and counting. With time, the need to do bigger calculations and counting required inventions of bigger devices. History of computers. Computer is one of the most remarkable inventions by humans. But where have these computers come from? The term computer has come from the word compute, which means to calculate. The simplest definition of a computer states that it is a machine which helps in computing. With the advancement of human civilization, various devices came into existence for performing calculations. Let us learn about some of the early calculating devices which made way to the modern-day computers. Abacus. An abacus is one of the oldest calculating devices used by human beings. It was created about 500 years ago in China. It has a simple structure which consists of rods and beads. It is mostly made of plastic and metal, but in the early days, abacus was made of wood. We need to shift the beads to count or calculate. Napier's bones. Napier's bones is a device which was invented for the multiplication of large number. In 1614, John Napier, a mathematician, invented it and named it Napier's bones. It is made up of rectangular rods carved out of either bones, ivory, or wood. Each rod consisted of 10 squares. In each rod, the first square at the top was marked with a number from 1 to 9. The rest of the squares on the rod were divided into two halves by a diagonal line. Pascaline. A pascaline was a mechanical device which used gears and wheels to input the numbers from 0 to 9. It is one of the earliest calculators. It was created in 1642 by Blaise Pascal, a French mathematician. At that time, it was only capable of addition and subtraction. People used to rotate the wheels to input numbers in the device. Tabulating machine. Hermann Hollerith, a mathematician, developed the first ever electromechanical machine in 1980. A tabulating machine was used to store information for processing using punched cards. This machine became very popular. Later, he created a company which is now known by the name IBM. Difference engine. A British mathematician, Charles Babbage, also known as the father of the computer, built a calculator in 1822. A difference engine is an automatic mechanical calculator which is used to calculate multiplicative tables of numbers. Analytical engine. An analytical engine was the first general-purpose, program-driven computer. It was considered to be the landmark towards the modern-day computer. It was built by Charles Babbage in 1833. Using zeros and ones, it could perform various tasks. A curve plotter was used to check the outputs from this machine as there were no monitor at that point of time. ENIAC. ENIAC stands for Electronic Numerical Integrator and Computer. ENIAC was the fastest computer of its time and used decimal digits to calculate. It was invented by John Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert. It was the first electromechanical device. Generations of computers. Earlier, there were computers which were huge in size, had limited storage capacity, and didn't have monitors. Nowadays, you have thin and small devices which can be carried in pockets and can fit into your palm. The development of computer took place in various stages called generations. Let us learn about them. First generation, 1940 to 1956. The technology at this stage was based on vacuum tubes and magnetic drums. Computers during this time were very large and expensive. They consumed large amounts of electricity and generated a lot of heat. Examples of first-generation computers include the UNIVAC I and the ENIAC computers. UNIVAC I refers to Universal Automatic Computer I. It was the first commercial computer produced in the USA. Second generation, 1956 to 1963. During this stage, vacuum tubes were replaced with transistors. Computers became smaller, faster, and cheaper. They used less energy. It was possible to do programming on these computers. Computers, during this stage, were mainly used in the atomic energy industry. Examples of second-generation computers are IBM 1620, CDC 1604, and UNIVAC 1108. Third generation, 1964 to 1971. Integrated circuits, ICs, were used during this stage. Transistors became smaller and were placed on silicon chips, called semiconductors. This increased the speed of computers. These computers made use of high-level programming languages, such as COBOL and Fortran. Many different programs could run on these computers at the same time. Computers become affordable common man. Examples of third-generation computers are IBM 360 series and Honeywell 6000 series. Fourth generation, 1971, present. These computers are still in use and are being further developed. Microprocessor chips were developed during this stage. 0 and 1 were coded to do arithmetical operations. These are known as binary numbers. Some computers of this generation are very small. They can fit into the palm of the hand. These computers are fast and efficient and are widely used. The mouse and other handheld devices, such as the joystick, were developed during this stage. Computers can be linked together in a network to share information with each other. This has also led to the development of the Internet. Fifth generation, present to future. These computers use super large-scale integrated chips. They have very high storage capacity, speed, and efficiency. Computers are being developed in such a way that they can think on their own, like human beings do. This is called artificial intelligence, AI. These computers are capable of recognizing images and voice. They have the ability to solve complex problems including logical reasoning. Characteristics of a computer. Computers have many features that makes them a wonderful machine. Let us learn more about the various features of a computer. Speed. A computer's speed is measured in terms of how many instructions it can process and execute in a given time. A computer can process millions of instructions in a second. The speed of a computer is also measured in MIPS, million instruction per second. This means a computer that has 20 MIPS can process 20 million instructions in a second. Precision. A computer can do the same task taking very less time, that too, with 100% accuracy which human beings would take years to complete. Even then there is no guarantee that the task will be completed without an error. If you ever found a mistake that was made by the computer, then it was surely because of an incorrect instruction given to it. Remember, a computer never makes a mistake. Reliability. If you started solving sums in the morning, how long can you keep solving sums without any break? Maybe for 4 to 5 hours. But a computer can work for however long you want. It does not get tired. It has no feelings or emotions which does not cause mental tiredness. Hence it can work for a very long period of time. Versatility. Versatility means that a computer can perform multiple tasks at the same time. A computer can play songs while you work on it for however long you want to work. Moreover, a computer can process many things at the same time. This makes the computer a versatile machine which can perform many tasks at the same time. Memory. You know that a computer can store huge amount of data in a very small space. For example, you can easily store about 500 pages in 1 megabyte of space. Memory of a computer is divided into categories: primary memory and secondary memory. Limitations of a computer. You have learnt that computer is an amazing machine, but it has some limitations. Let us understand some of the limitations of a computer. Computers tend to be a source of unproductive time as the user can distract to playing video games and do other idle work rather than working. It can cause serious eye-related problems if used for a prolonged period of time. Hence, you should be careful while using a computer. Computer gives output according to the input given to it. A commonly known fact about computer is that if you give garbage to it, you will get garbage in return, which is called garbage in, garbage out. Computers are incapable of thinking for themselves, hence you need to be sure of your instructions or you might receive incorrect output. In summary, the early computers were developed as calculating devices. First generation of computers used vacuum tubes, were large, expensive, consumed lot of energy and generated a lot of heat. Second generation of computers used transistors, were smaller, consumed less energy, and generated less heat. Third generation of computers used ICs, were even smaller, consumed even less amount of energy, generated even lesser heat, and could run program. Fourth generation computers were very small and are extremely powerful as compared to previous generations. Fifth generation computers are still under development and will be solely based on AI and other advanced technologies. Most important features of a computer are speed, versatility, huge memory, precision, and reliability. Computers are not intelligent, they work according to the instructions given to them.